Hello everybody, welcome back to the cabin, welcome back to Commonwealth. Flipper, hope you guys are doing great out there. My name is Kevin, in case you're new to this channel. A lot of people come over from the Commonwealth Picker channel. We appreciate you stopping by. Have a lot of great sales today. Some really cool things that I'm really happy have sold. We're gonna make some pretty decent money off them as well, but I have a topic that I wanna talk about. I often get Instagram messages, emails, people saying, hey, this is what this buyer did. Should I block them? I'm gonna tell you right now, if a buyer does what this person was doing to me in the messages, I definitely would block them. Or at the very least, I would do everything I could to not sell whatever item it is that they're talking about to them, because huge warning signs have gone up. Let's take a look. Especially if you're a new seller, there's a lot of pretty common scams out there, and this isn't necessarily a scam, but it is definitely something you should avoid. This is the crazy daisy pattern. I've talked about it before. I've picked up different things. Not everything crazy daisy sells, but a lot of crazy daisy sells, especially like the condiment things and stuff like that. That's Pyrex USA. This is a carafe for juice or whatever, but it doesn't have the lid. I think the lid's maybe blue or something. $24 though, plus shipping still. Oftentimes when I find something that I've never found before, but I know it's worth money, I get super excited about it. Here is an example. I knew these were worth money. I knew that this particular box was even the best of the boxes for the Nike Mojo golf balls, because they don't make them anymore. But I had never found them. And I saw them at, what sale was I at? I can't even remember. And I saw them. I'm like, you know what? If they're cheap, I'm going to buy them. And they were super cheap. I think I paid $1.25 a piece for them. I might have paid $1. I don't even know if I've aired that many. I think I have. And they sold for $29 plus shipping. And I had a cancellation the other day. I just thought about it because I knew I was going to walk right past it. Last video, I said something sold. And then when I went to ship it, within minutes, they canceled it right before I was going to ship it, thankfully. It was a bonanza sale. I never had a bonanza sale get canceled before, but I guess we did this time. Where is, here it is right here. Pennsylvania bin. This is an herb. Herb in quotation marks. What's going off in here? Y'all hear that? Must be a toy somewhere. And it's an herb drying rack. If you know what I mean. Got these super cheap at a sale with Turner. Turner's like, what's that? I'm like, yeah, well, it's an herb drying rack. $15 plus shipping. We're going to do two more sales really quick. This is one of them before we talk about our topic for the day. And these Scrooge posters, the Mickey Mouse and the Beanstalk, and what was the other one? The Donald Duck one, have been selling really well. I'm excited about how well they've been selling, because I knew this would be really, really long time I'd be selling these things, because we bought a ton of them. But the Scrooge one is the most popular. It's also the most rare. $25 plus shipping. And Mary bought it. It says repeat buyer, so I'm assuming, Mary, you are a viewer. Thanks so much. Next sale was from a fun day of yard sales that I have not aired. I can't wait to get this one out and let you take a look. It was a wrestling ring, tribute to the troops. Reminds me of when I was a kid and me and my brother went to Arizona. We went to Toys R Us and got that original WWF LJN ring and those figures. Boy, we were in absolute heaven. These things are worth a ton now. This one's not so much, but you know what? It's okay. $32 plus shipping. After you've been doing eBay long enough, you know that there are some warning signs. It's just waiting to be a return, or it's waiting to be somebody who's trying to get a partial refund. And you can tell because they're setting you up in the comments that they're making, the messages that they're sending, even before they buy the item. If they even buy it, sometimes people send you all kinds of messages, and if they're not getting the right vibe back from you, then they don't buy it, which is actually what you want. And I know some of you OGers out there, you can comment below and tell me if you've had the same experience, right? So I often complain that there's so many messages on eBay, and I'm sorry, it makes me sound kind of like a jerk, but a lot of folks will just go on there to message me because they know I have to look at the eBay messages instead of, you know, an IG message or something like that. And so I just don't normally respond to kind of social media type questions on eBay because I have so many things that I need to get to. But this one I saw and I'm like, there's this long line of messages from the same person. I'm like, what is this? And so I'm going to read you, I'm going to give you a synopsis of it. I'm not going to put their name up here or anything like that. It's going to give you an idea of how it went. I am taking a bit of a chance by doing this because this, I suppose, might be a viewer. Which I would hate to upset a viewer, but you know what? If you are a viewer and you did this, then maybe this is some constructive criticism on what not to do. I think there were a total of 11 messages. Let me go back for just a second. I got an initial message that I did answer, and then the next day I came on and saw the rest of these. The initial one was, it was about an Ansel Adams print, and they're like, are there any creases in this? And I responded, I'm like, no, none that I'm aware of. You know, it's in a frame, so certainly didn't look like it. Second one was the next day, and then the series came after that. Are there any scratches? It's a print, right? Are there any scratches? And now I'm to the point where I'm just reading them one after another. I'm not responding. The next message, are there any blemishes? Okay, which of course a crease would be or a scratch would be. The next one is, are there any problems at all that I should be aware of? The next one is an offer, sort of. They're like, would you consider taking $27 for this? The very next message was, forget that, or something like that. They didn't say forget that. They said, how about 20? I'm like, my goodness, boy, they're undercutting. They're going down on their own offers. They haven't even got responses for any of this stuff yet. After that, I started getting messages about a second item, and it was the Scrooge McDuck. No, it wasn't. It was the Donald Duck one, I think. I can't remember. No, it was the Scrooge McDuck one. And so they, not the person who bought this one. It was a different person. And they ultimately ended up buying that one. At this point, I'm like, oh my goodness, they bought something already. It's too late, right? But they continued on. They were like, if I buy this one as well, talking about the Ansel Adams again, can you give me a discount on this? And then it comes to find out they're not even in this country. They're overseas. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is going to be a disaster. Next message they sent me, forget it. I don't think I want the McDuck one at all. I want the Ansel Adams one. Can you cancel the Scrooge McDuck one? The next one after that, they didn't even want the Ansel Adams. Haven't heard from them since. Holy moly. So I dodged a bullet right there. Whenever you see, you know, a series of questions about condition, I don't know about whenever. I mean, I suppose if it's like a $2,000 item and they're being very particular, I get it, right? But if we're talking 20, 30 bucks and they're fretting over the minor details, maybe you should watch out for a buyer like that. Let me know, would you go on and block that person? Let me know. I sold a Camaro Z28 keychain head for my jam over here. I found one of these bagged up that I didn't know I had. And I always keep some to run auctions, but I have one of those available on CommonwealthPicker.com. It's probably gone by the time I said this, but oh well. Z28, $16 free ship. We have started to ship these in this. Just put a little piece of bubble on it and put it in here. Never had any trouble. By the way, these are not on SupplyHut, but there is a link in the video description. Deborah, thank you for purchasing plans for the Commonwealth Picker shipping table over on CommonwealthPicker.com. We've always done our Christmas charity auctions now. This is the 3rd year, but it is insane what some of this stuff is going for. What these are going for right now are out of this world. And Reagan is signing them to whichever charity. Some of them aren't signed yet, but we're posting them anyways. And it's just insane. And even these guys. So I don't know where this one is going to. I have to check the video, the YouTube description. What am I talking about? The eBay description. Because each description will tell you. So if there's a particular charity you want to go to, you can bid on those. But I don't remember where that one's going to. But I do know who it's going to. It's going to Ron. And so this one is $90. $90 plus shipping. Just absolutely crazy. And I'll click on, you know what, I'm going to find out. This one's going to our local animal shelter. There is another one. There's a Humane Society in Lynchburg that we sometimes donate to right through eBay. But I joke with my wife. I'm like, why are we giving the money to the animal shelter down here? We're the animal shelter. And she's like, oh, but they don't. I'm like, okay. There was a chicken in my kitchen a couple days ago. I'm like, what is that? That's a chicken. Why is there a chicken in here? Oh, well, you got to follow my Instagram, I guess. Hey, Kevin, wanted to say thanks for giving us another opportunity to help others while keeping our eBay store moving. There you go. Yeah, man, we'll do that for you. And then he left your URL to your eBay store. So do me a favor, Ron, if you haven't already, go check out, what's the name of it? Trash Cash Podcast Facebook group. I got so many platforms I can't remember. Trash Cash Podcast. It's Trash to Cash Facebook group. And reselling group, something like that. And we have a section over there where you can drop your link in there to your store. And I've been doing a bunch of shopping. My dad just called me. He's like, why are there 6 packages? And I'm like, well, I've been buying from people's stores. So, at any rate, I'll see all that stuff tomorrow. And then he says a bunch of wonderful, nice stuff, and I'm just going to skip it. Thank you. I do appreciate that. We now have the original, the CWP, and the Enema Man ornament. Enema ornament. Well, you got all 3 of them, basically, is what he's saying. He says they'll hold on to them for a while. When you get low, we'd like to send them back so you can auction them off again. Well, that's very, very kind of you. That you don't need to do that. We'll find something. There's always something. Reagan has one more ornament she made special. I didn't even ask it, and she asked me to auction it off. So we're going to do one more of these. We're going to do them all the way up to the week of Christmas, and it's just something fun. But listen, it's you guys doing the donating. It's not us. You know, Reagan paints and does whatever, but you guys are the one giving the money, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Ron. Here it is, though. This is the one she just brought me. I'm like, that is so nice. Look at that. She's like, I know a lot of people didn't get it. And I'm like, well, we'll definitely do it. And we'll have her sign the back as well. So thank you, Reagan. Sold a dandy dancing chicken, which I don't want to hit that button and have it dance because they're kind of annoying. But they'll sell. Not huge money, but you know, you pick it up for a buck. $12.95 plus shipping. Sold a Scooby-Doo plush. This one isn't the ones that have the racers on them. This one is just a plain Jane Scooby-Doo plush. In pretty good shape with that wonderful Scooby look. I can't do the Scooby noise. Can y'all do the Scooby noise? $15 plus shipping. That one will fold up probably enough to get in a 12 by 12 by 8 box. Sold 2 Bruiser Bukowski Disney Pixar cars. Totally different people. Matter of fact, sold them hours apart. But it's kind of crazy because we haven't sold any of these yet. And we just sold 2 in the same day. So that'll tell you, eBay will send out that message. You sell 1, sometimes you'll sell 2 if you have those multi-quantities, because it sends alerts. You know, they're getting low, and there's 2. And so if there's watchers on them, 1 gets sold, they send a message to the other, you know, only 1 left or whatever. So those sold for $15 plus shipping. And those were $15 plus shipping a piece. So we sold Maui up there, and he's been up there for a while. I like Maui. That's a great character for sure. And that one right there, I don't even remember where I got that one, you know. But it sold for $25 plus shipping. Sold a Bill Elliott Christmas ornament. Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. That's pretty cool. I don't think it sold for too much, maybe 7 plus ship. Actually less than that, 6 plus ship. Hi Commonwealth Picker family, grew up a huge Bill Elliott fan. This will look great on my side of the Christmas tree. Y'all have sides of the Christmas tree? Would that look funny? Like, depends on what's on them, I suppose. Thank you for all the videos, especially during the pandemic. It inspired me to ramp up my eBay listings. This is now my part-time job instead of having a traditional part-time job. Thank you, Mike. I gotta read this right. Senator? J-N-S-E-N-A-T-O-R. Sports card. Okay. Oh, I got it. Your last name is Jensen. Jensenator. Okay, I got it. Sports cards. Thanks so much. Remember how I said the West Virginia bin was biblical and it never ran out, like the oil and the flour. But it seems to be, look at that. We got some space in there. Liz Claiborne. I bought this at a yard sale. Sometimes you're at a yard sale and you're like, I got to find something to buy. These people are cool. And I did. Paid $1, I think, for it. And it sold for $15 free shipping. But it's super light. This one went out to Keith, our buddy from Minnesota. Actually went out to Janet. So Janet, I hope you enjoy this. Keith got it for you. Looks like a Christmas present. You're the kind couple who gave us that. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. And that paperweight right there. What do we pay? $1 at that sale? And it sold for $15 plus shipping. Sold one of my favorite things to sell, and that's the banner bin here. Auburn bin. Oh, there's that noise again. And maybe I'll take that Auburn one down for what's happening around here. We won't talk about that. All right, here we go. Sculpted flag. Peanuts. That's a pretty cool one right there. Snoopy's Gifts. And that one right there, I don't even remember what we paid, probably $1 or $2. Sold for $15 plus shipping. Next one went out to some viewers. Their names are, let's see if I can find them here, Sherry and Bill. Sherry and Bill, thanks so much. Welcome back, Cotta. You know, the Sweat Hogs. Great show right there. 1976. Best year ever. At any rate, this sold for $15 plus shipping. And I almost broke Keith and Janet's paperweight. I just have to say to both of y'all, first, thank you, Sherry and Bill. We appreciate it. I taught forever. And for a long, long time, when I taught some of the lower level classes, the kids that struggle a little bit more, we would have a quiz every Monday when they came back to school. It wasn't much of a quiz. It was just kind of a way to get back into the routine of things. And I would always play that song, Welcome Back, the first 2.5 minutes of class. Just as soon as they heard that song, it's like Pavlov's dog, you know, they would bring, you know, pull out their notes and start studying a little bit. And I'd give them like 2.5 minutes, that Welcome Back song. And a few of them figured out over the course of the year, because, you know, their parents watch old shows or something. They're like, hey, that came from that show and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that's why we did it. So, any rate, thank y'all very, very much. Next sale is super cool. And for you SoCal folks out there, which is where I grew up, you will probably remember Loves. This is the one where, you know, my mom stole all the menus when she was in high school, my sweet mom. And we used to go to Loves too. They're no more, unfortunately, but that menu right there from Loves makes my mouth water just looking at that menu. I remember it. Ooh, that French dip, I'd get that all the time. But look at those prices. Is that crazy? Man. This would have been like 1974, I think, would have been her senior year in high school. 75, is that right? 74? Mom, if you're listening. I think that's about right. Anyway, that menu right there and placemat, paper placemat, sold for $40 plus shipping. My goodness, Pepper's taking up the whole seat. Turner Brown, what did you sell today?
What's his name? Grogu?
Grogu, yeah.
It's Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
Boy, and right. This Baby Yoda, don't you sleep with it? Like,
I don't know what it is, and I don't know where it came from.
Sleep mask, you boys.
You boys, she says. Any rate, hey, that stuff also sold to Leslie, by the way. It says repeat buyer, Leslie, thank you. Assuming you're a viewer, I can only imagine. And it sold for $21.90 plus shipping. Just enough for you to do what?
Save $1, spend $1, and donate $1. Bye.
We're back here really quick because Blue's mama just told me that. All right, tell me again. Which one? Retail arbitrage?
This one was retail arbitrage.
Walmart, 99 cents?
50 cents for that,
wow.
And that was at Goodwill for
99 cents. Awesome. So we made a little bit of money on that. Thanks.
Bye.
This corner over here is going to get a shake up because the marbles used to be here. I finally got them out of here into the supply hut over there. We're going to take pictures. And I put these ornaments that we're auctioning off right now. These are the final 4 over here. And now you've sold. So the only thing left is the old bar sign, which we don't have for sale, but people ask about it all the time. Maybe we'll auction that off. Maybe we'll put it out there in the other building and put something else over here. I don't know. What do y'all think? And that cat and hat sold for $15. And it will definitely, because it's real floppy, fit in that 12 by 12 by 8 box. The next purchase is for a viewer, Leona. And Leona, I apologize. There was no message in eBay, but I saw a message from you. I think it was from Instagram, and it is now lost in the abyss, and I can't. But I do remember one thing. You saying that this was for your husband, and he grew up in Beaumont, California, which is very, very close to Kuiper, where I grew up. And so thank you for that message. I can't remember what else you said. I want to say that you complimented my beautiful wife as well. So thank you so much. There you go. Here's all the ones that he got. That's a cool looking cover right there for sure. And this one is as well. And all of this. And the Yukon jacket. And the FootJoy jacket. Somewhere around $80 for all of this. Including the Mary Kay plus shipping. Looking at this order really quick. This might be one of those cases where you're better off not bundling it all together. Because that's going to go medium mail. And this is going to be very borderline close. Very close. And all of that combined will be right at 1 pound. Could get it to go first class. But either way, this might be better off. Maybe, because the size of box you'd have to put these in. They'd have to go priority. Might be better off to send 2 separate orders. Sold another keychain. This is a Taz keychain. I like them all. That might be my favorite, though. That one's pretty cool. And it sold to Sandra, and Sandra's going to give it to her son. So it'd be a nice stocking stuffer. We're going for $11.95. Thanks so much. Sold something out of Matman Treasures Bin Liberty University banner flag. Small one. Stadium giveaway. $9 plus shipping. Sold one of these rosewood mini trays. And these make me laugh. So there's a bunch of these. I remember my uncle's looking at me when I bought them like, what are you doing? They're a dime a piece. I'm like, man, I'll make $6 a piece on these for a long time. One listing. Super easy. They're like, whatever. There was tons of them. There was probably 30 of them. And it sold for $12. So I'm going to make $6 profit once of many times. I've already made my money back a long, long time ago. First sale made my money back. So they're nothing amazing, but they'll still sell. Sold a few ET items here. Let's see. 2, I think not to a viewer, 1 to a viewer. And I don't remember your name. I'll check it out. But I think Gertie. That's not Gertie. That's not Gertie. That's not Gertie. That's the one I skipped. Gertie. What do you know? There you go. Gertie, and I think the earrings went to a viewer. I think. I don't know. I'll check it out. They're about $7 a piece. Some 6, some 8. Looks like Aaron bought that one right there. It's pretty cool. It's my favorite image right there. I like that. Not necessarily the necklace. I like the pin, I think. But Aaron, thank you. I have been watching your videos for quite some time. Thanks for all the tips and advice. I've never looked at Tupperware the same. Don't buy Tupperware. It's not worth it. I'll make a video about Tupperware, I think. I'm going to put the ET necklace in my booth as I sell mostly jewelry. Check out my eBay store, Vintage Jewelry and More, and symbol, Vintage Jewelry and More, KC. Happy holidays, Aaron in Kansas City. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. And we'll check out your store. Sold a Coca-Cola ornament right here. I'm starting, yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to sell before Christmas. Not if we're selling one. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We're starting to sell like one a day here. So trim a tree, polar bear, and a race car. That one sold for $7, maybe $7, $6.95 plus shipping. I'm starting to think Pepper wasn't going to come see us today. Been a long time without an episode without you, huh? Look, you're the star of the show over here. You got all those. Tell me who we should put on the ornament next year, y'all. Plus, I was thinking, I was talking about this on the Trash to Cash podcast, because we've got one more here that has Sophie on it, but I think Reagan has it in her room, so I'm going to have to get that out here. Because the demand was so high. Should we next year go back to the 3 previous and do 40 more? Number them 40 to 80, and then do 80 of the new one? Or should we just keep doing what we're doing? Anyway, y'all can tell me. And sold a Vera Bradley coin purse thing. I don't know what you want to call them. And it's like that, but it's blue. Let's see if I can find it. This? It doesn't look like it. We're going to say this is it. Maybe that's not a coin purse, y'all. Let me go look. I found it. Similar colors. Different size. This one was barely worth listing, but since we had the other stuff going, what the heck, right? $5 plus shipping. What are you doing? You already had your treat. Jeez. All right, y'all. Reagan got some quick thank yous. All the folks who bought her ornaments. Very, very kind of you. And I think there may be some people who wanted some different shout outs and stuff. We might not get it all in, but we're going to try. All right, what do you got?
Terry, Roseanne, Ivan got 2. Tracy, Richard.
Richard is Otnip Drop Flip.
Yep.
So I just messed it up.
Nope.
Richard, you know who you are.
Yeah.
Thanks, Richard. We appreciate you.
Bradley, Terry, and George, and they're Cuban. Jessica.
Oh, that's right. That's the one they left a Cuban message, right? They're from Miami, and we got some Cuban blood in us as well. My great-grandmother came over from Cuba. Thank you.
Jessica, Deborah, Debbie, Deborah, and...
Debbie, Deborah, and there's 3 of them, right?
And she also got an Animal Man, and she's...
Debbie's
Deborah's...
Doodads.
64.
64. There you go.
Elizabeth, Donald, Chris, and their Chicks Vintage.
Chicks Vintage, CHIX Vintage.
Yeah. Matthew.
And Matthew.
Yeah.
Thank y'all very, very much. Reagan appreciates that. She's about ready to get this stuff shipped out of here. A lot of work to do. Thank you, baby.
Bye, and don't forget your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
I haven't sold one of these in a while. This is a Walls Blizzard Proof, made in the USA, and it's a big one. It's a 2XL, and it's just this big coverall, and it's heavy duty. I think I paid $5 for it at the 301 sale. It sold for $49 plus shipping. Before I let you go today, I want to say one last thing. A big giant thank you to somebody. I don't even know who it is. I oftentimes talk about using other people's links. If you have an eBay store and you have any following at all, even if it's just a big family, you know, get an EPN link and share it out. If it's the holiday time, you know, right near Christmas or something, your family and friends. Hey, if you're shopping on eBay, go through the link and I'll get a little bit back. If it's an Amazon link or something, go for it. And I talk about it all the time. I appreciate it when people use mine. I encourage people to use others as well, especially if there's a creator you like. Maybe they're not the biggest creator in the world, but it's a way you can give them a little bit that doesn't cost you anything by going through their link. Even if it's not buying something in their store, just go through their link. Somebody went through my eBay link and they made some Christmas purchases, what I can only assume are, for over $5,000 from somebody, not from me. And I got a little bit of that. I think it was about 2%. But think about what 2% is of $5,000. That was very, very kind of somebody. And people do that all the time on Amazon too. I see people going on and buying their groceries. I don't know who you are, but I appreciate that. You don't need to use mine, but find somebody out there or create your own. You can't use your own, but you can create it and push it out. So, at any rate, that's why I always talk about getting a QR code. Everybody should be getting a QR code to do things like that and putting them on business cards, handing them out at garage sales, something. And, you know, the world's changing, and I think we should probably change with it as resellers and help our sourcing as well. Thank y'all for joining us, and I can't wait to see you next time.